Are you tired of living from paycheck to paycheck, or maybe you're looking to increase your financial stability? Well, in this video, we're going to show you 30 frugal living tips that are extremely simple and easy to follow for anyone, so that way you can become wealthy. Number 30, make and keep your financial goals. Financial goals are one of the best and easiest ways to make sure that you get what you want in life. If you don't have any clear-cut goals, then it's kind of hard to get those things. For example, let's say you want to lease a car, but it's currently out of your monthly budget. Being able to plan around how to make leasing the car possible, such as lowering the amount that you spend on takeout, the amount that you spend on utility bills, and so forth, is what's going to allow you to achieve that dream. By making and keeping your financial goals, anything can become possible. Number 29, take advantage of coupons. Coupons are one of the best ways to take advantage of sales that stores provide. It happens all too often that somebody will throw away coupons that they're given in the mail. Unfortunately, many of those coupons give discounts on things that we use frequently. By taking advantage of those coupons, you can easily save on products that would otherwise cost you a lot more, and the only effort that you need to put in is to take the coupons to the store with you. That's easy enough, right? Number 28, shopping at thrift stores. Are you somebody that likes to buy everything new? Well, that's a pretty expensive pathway that's also unnecessary. Shopping for secondhand items at thrift stores is by far one of the best ways to get a hold of high-quality products, but for a fraction of the price, because they were previously used. Would you rather pay $30 for a brand new shirt, or $5 for that same shirt in the same condition, but only worn by someone previously? Number 27, don't pay for unnecessary entertainment. Let's be honest, going to the movie theaters or an amusement park is severely overpriced. Unfortunately, these types of entertainment only give quick pleasures, but taking a huge chunk out of your wallet. Instead, try focusing on entertainment that costs much less or is typically free, like going for a bike ride in the forest, heading over to the beach for a swim, and more. This can not only save you a lot of money, but can also give you just as much fun at the cinema or amusement park. Number 26, don't be afraid to stop by a house with a sign that says free items. Would you rather pay for an item or get it for free? Oftentimes, whenever people declutter their homes, they'll take certain items, put them on the side of the road for people to take, and while many of us might ignore that, there are some that find real treasures out there. Even if you don't find anything worth of value to you, it's better to take the opportunity just in case, because you never know what you might find. Number 25, create a budget around your life. Budgets are something that everyone should do to be able to make sure they're living within their means, but many of us just don't. Regardless of the reason, budgets are very easy to make and can be entirely flexible for your desires and needs. It's likely that no two budgets are the same. For example, let's say that you want to make sure that you have $600 left over at the end of next month to buy a new computer. Well, with your budget already created, you can just cut back on certain expenses so as to make sure that you hit that $600 mark. Number 24, grow your own veggies. We all know that food is vital for life, and unfortunately, the expenses add up extremely quickly. However, learning to grow your own vegetables can significantly reduce your costs that you spend on food. For example, imagine if you would stop buying staple ingredients like onions, garlic, potatoes, or carrots entirely. While on a weekly or maybe even monthly basis, that might not seem like much, but seriously, it adds up in the long run. On top of saving money, growing vegetables is a rewarding experience. Number 23, learn how to DIY. How much money do you think that you've spent on things like changing the brakes in your car, having to replace a broken chair, or finding someone to fix a hole in your wall? Well, chances are that you've spent a lot more than you need to. Learning how to fix your own brakes, fix that broken chair, or repair the hole in your wall allows you to make the most of what you already have, and it lets you save money. Number 22, use cash for your purchases. One of the best things that you can learn to be more frugal is to only use cash that you have on hand to make purchases. Having a credit card is not money in your hand, but rather a loan to help you buy something. If you only spend money using the cash that you have, then you know that you're certainly living within your means. In other words, you're living sustainably for your lifestyle. Number 21, don't eat takeout. It is so easy to go through a drive-thru and get your favorite burger made for you in just a couple of minutes. However, this is one of the biggest money pits that befall on a person. Instead, try making your own meals at home, so that way you can save money by making food that's not just good, if not better, but also for a fraction of the price. Number 20, only have subscriptions you actually use. In this day and age, it's easy to get hooked on a subscription service due to the fact that it promises that it's a cheap and easy way to get something that we want. The truth is, though, that once you start adding up the cost of subscriptions to things like Spotify, Netflix, Amazon Prime, and whatever else you use, it can easily become hundreds, if not thousands of dollars over an extended period of time. It's important to ask yourself what you really need and if you actually use those subscriptions so as to justify having them. Not only will it save you money in the long term, but it'll free up some time to be able to do other things for yourself. Number 19. Pay off debt whenever you accrue it. Debt is a known money pit. Having debt means that you're paying interest on money that you owe, and it can feel like a never-ending cycle of money being sucked from you. So, the best thing you can do is to make sure that you focus on paying off your debts whenever you have them. For example, instead of only paying the minimum payments on your credit cards, you pay it off in full every month. This will keep you debt-free and also give you a great credit score. Number 18. Buy used items. Used items are frequently overlooked because of the stigma around the item being not as good. However, this is most definitely not the case. Oftentimes, used items are still in fantastic shape, even if they've never been used. And if a used item works just as well as a new one, then why spend the extra money for a new one? Number 17. Learn to negotiate and haggle. Negotiation and haggling seems like a lost art to many people, but there are still folks who know how to use it and use it to their advantage. Many items that you can find at certain retail stores can be negotiated for or haggled for a discounted price. For example, if you see a certain issue with a shirt, like a missing button, you can try to negotiate the price to be less. Number 16. Downsizing your home. Did you sometimes find that the home that you live in might be too big for you? It may be a good idea to downsize if that's the case. Typically, a bigger home means higher utility costs, higher maintenance costs, and even a bigger mortgage. By downsizing, you can reduce all those costs significantly and have a home that's more comfortable for your lifestyle. Number 15. Planning out your meals. Meal planning is an excellent way to save money. Many people will simply go day to day without a meal plan, and this can sometimes cause impulsive buys on unnecessary foods like takeout. With meal planning, you can have breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks all prepared, which can save you money by keeping you away from unnecessary food spending. Number 14. Buying a used car. The appeal of having a new car can be really tempting, but you gotta remember what a car is for. It's just to get you from point A to point B, and whether that's a Mercedes or a used Toyota, they both do the same thing. By getting a used car, you save yourself from the hefty monthly lease expenses which come with a new car, and you avoid the loss of value that inevitably comes with a new car. Number 13. Use different forms of transportation. A car can be quite an expense, even if it's used. You have to think of all the different things which go into upkeeping one, such as maintenance, gas, and insurance. And depending upon where you live, you can take advantage of alternate forms of transportation. For example, you could carpool with a group, take the local bus, the subway, a trolley or tram system, biking around, or find all kinds of scooters and mopeds that many smart cities are putting to good use these days. Not only are many of these modes of transportation better for the environment, but it can reduce your expenses greatly. Number 12. Reduce your electricity and water consumption. How often do you forget to turn off a light? Or maybe you got a leaky faucet? Both water and electricity can contribute hefty expenses if left unnoticed. By taking the time to turn off the lights that you're not using, or switching to more energy-efficient light bulbs, fixing those leaky faucets, as well as shortening your time using running water, are all excellent ways to drastically reduce your spending, leaving you with more money every month. Number 11. Growing an emergency fund. If you were to get fired from your job tomorrow, how would you stand financially? If you would be freaking out because you no longer have any income, then it's best to start growing an emergency fund. The truth is, none of us know what the future holds, and unfortunately, that can mean accidents or events that we just don't want to happen. However, building an emergency fund can protect you against unwanted events, such as being fired or having a furnace in your home break down. Number 10. Sell items that you no longer need. Do you have any items in your home that you've been collecting dust for ages on? And are those items still in great condition for somebody to use? Well, it might be worth selling those items outright. It's a great practice to take advantage of selling old items you just no longer use. If they're still in good shape, there's most definitely someone who's willing to buy it from you. Why throw away an item when you can get paid for it? Number 9. Track your expenses and incomes. Are you somebody that lives month to month and wonders why you're broke? If so, you need to track your expenses and income. Tracking your expenses and income just simply means adding up all the money that you spend every month, bills, food, utilities, and so forth, and subtracting it from the money you earn. This way, you'll get a clear idea of where your hard-earned money is going and how much of it is going where. Number 8, focus on the long term. As the saying goes, patience is a virtue, and unfortunately, many people are subjective to impulse spending, which takes big chunks out of your wallet. However, focusing on the long term can help you to avoid unnecessary costs like credit card debt by simply budgeting your finances over the long term. For example, instead of buying that couch that you want immediately, save money every month so you can buy it with cash instead. Number 7, cut down on grocery bills. How much of what you buy at the grocery store actually gets eaten and used by you? Do you buy a lot of frozen meals? Well, these kinds of buys can add up and are usually unnecessary. Learning to cut down your grocery bills by only buying what is essential can help to really lower how much you spend every month. Number 6, use cashback apps and cards to your advantage. There are more and more apps and credit cards that offer a cashback option. And simply put, would you rather get nothing back for purchasing what you always make or get 2% back? Typically, cashback apps and credit cards will give you a certain percentage back after certain purchases. So, if you're somebody who's good at keeping track of apps or pays off credit cards well, then this is a fantastic way to save money. Number 5, grow some side hustles. If you have some free time and are looking for ways to make some more money, then developing some side hustles is a great idea. For example, starting an online business for something that you're passionate about can help to bring in extra cash and may even overtake your current earned income. Number 4, buying high quality items. If you think that frugality means buying the cheapest items possible, then you're in for a surprise. Instead, most frugal people will buy items that are more expensive but are made of high quality production material. Even though the item might be a bit on the pricey side up front, the high quality will ensure that it'll last a long time. Because low quality items do tend to break more frequently, which will have you going out to spend more in order to replace that item. Number 3, make your money work for you. While we do often work for money, frugal people will make sure that some of their money works for them. They do this by investing in things like stocks and bonds, where money will end up growing over time with whatever investments they currently own. This is a great way to secure a financial future without doing anything but taking some money from every paycheck and putting it into a brokerage account. Number 2, make gifts instead of buying them. All of us are subject to buying gifts for more than once a year for various friends and family, and unfortunately, these gifts can really put a dent in your budget. One of the best and most thoughtful things you can do is actually make gifts on your own. Now, this is not only going to help save you money, but also add sentimental value to the gift, making it even more special to the receiver. Lastly, number 1, skip the salon. It is easy to get caught up in the glamour and beauty care, but that can end up being a big expense. For example, if you are somebody who likes to get their nails done a couple times a week at $25 or $50 a pop, that adds up very quickly, very fast. So either reduce or learn to do your nails, which can help save you a lot of money. If you enjoyed this video, then please make sure to check out our other videos here, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel list to ding that notification bell on the latest updates.